Hey guys, so what we're going to look at here is a little bit of spinal mobility. What's really important, if you suffer from just a general stiff back, then most of these should be okay. If you've been diagnosed with any sort of disky pathology, there'll be certain positions and movements that you might have been asked to avoid, okay? Quite often with a disky sort of pathology, then they'll ask you to avoid any sort of spinal flexion, especially with a twist. So if you do go into their movements, you need to exercise caution and think about your pelvic positioning as well as TVA activation, should you be at a slightly later stage in rehab. This, however, is a general spinal mobility routine that you could follow just to loosen the back up in the morning or whenever it's feeling pretty stiff. Just a few exercises without blowing your mind. There's many out there, but these ones work quite nicely. Okay, so to start with, we're going to look at nice simple knee rolls side to side. So my knees and my feet are together, my hands are supporting on the floor out 45, and all I'm doing is I'm rolling the legs over and then over to the other side, nice and gently. Okay, if you feel like you're not quite getting enough out of this exercise, you can roll over and extend one leg as you go, just to lengthen that lever and put a bit more weight behind, giving it a bit more torsion down the spine, and then coming back up. But always start without the straight leg. Okay, so from there, what we're going to do is some little bridges, so the feet come slightly wider, and we come to here. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to imagine our spine is like a chain, and we're going to lift the chain, picking it up link by link, peeling off the floor. Okay, so that's what we're looking to do. So if you put your hands on your hips, okay, slightly widen the feet, and imagine you're tilting your hips forwards and then slowly peeling the spine off the deck bit by bit by bit by bit, and then slowly piecing it back down bit by bit by bit by bit by bit. There's a strength element to this exercise, but it's really nice to try and think of the spine moving link by link, bit by bit. And when we lay it back down, laying it back down, link by link by link by link by link by link by link, all the way back down. Spend a bit of time doing that exercise as well. Okay, so we're going to go back to the knee rotations. What order you put these in doesn't really matter. You'll find the exercises that work for you. Okay, so back to the knee rotations that we were doing here. Okay, what we're going to do now, okay, is we're going to put our hands into it. Our arms are going to go one way and our knees are going to go the other. Nice and slowly. When you come through the middle part, I want you to imagine I want you to feel like all of your lower back touches the floor. Just a gentle press as you go through the movement. What that's going to do is start getting some of the muscles firing off that should be, and just get our hips in a nice neutral position. Over we go. So all we're doing there is getting some rotation work, which is advance that first leg roll right the way up the spine. Okay, two more movements then we'll look at. First one being what we call a cobra, or some people call a cobra. But all we're doing is we're going into extension, but we're not using any of the muscle groups, okay, other than our hands to push us up. So we get into this position here, we take our hands, we put them by our armpits. We point our toes, okay, and we keep our hips heavy and on the floor. I'm going to push my hands into the floor, and I'm going to lengthen my spine this way, away from my hips, which are anchored, and I'm going to lift up, slowly curving bit by bit by bit, just like with the links we were talking about. As high as you can go. Some people will get fully extended, some people won't. Take it as far as you can go where it's pain-free, and then just slowly back down. Often going back to that disky pathology side of things with prolapses and that, this is often given by many physios and rehab instructors because it tends to have a very positive effect on either the pain or the problem itself. And slowly back down. I personally find this one really nice. Okay, so you see each time I reset, I go forward, nice and long, and bring myself up, nice and high, and all the way back down. Okay, next exercise then. Pushing my bum back over my heels, bring myself forward. All I'm going to do now is some side bends. You can do these in standing, but for the camera angle now, to make it flow, I'm just going to put my hands across my chest like so. I'm just going to bend to the side and back up. Side and back. if you're okay, you can always add on some little rotations with this here as well, but we have gone through most of that fixed on the floor. All right, guys, just a few mobility exercises for you to work with. You know, piece them as you want, 30 seconds, 30 seconds, 30 seconds, do a list in front of you, whatever it may be, but it'd be nice just to get things moving before you go on to further exercise, or just before you start the day if you struggle with lower back pain or stiffness. Okay, guys, enjoy.